Anthropic recently launched Claude Opus 5, a model that delivers frontier-level intelligence at half the cost of its predecessors. These leaps in capability are arriving faster than most security frameworks can adapt. These models now function as engines for autonomous agents, capable of executing multi-step tasks across active enterprise networks without direct human supervision. This creates a direct conflict. The same analytical depth that can secure a network can also be used to automate the discovery of vulnerabilities, giving offensive tools the ability to move at the speed of the processors themselves. The common response is to treat this intelligence as a secret, locking advanced models behind proprietary, closed-vendor systems. But for the teams tasked with defending those networks, secrecy creates a massive operational blind spot. In a cybersecurity context, a closed model functions as a black box. The vendor controls the internal logic, the training data, and the safety guardrails, while the customer only sees the final output. This lack of transparency means a defender cannot inspect the model's reasoning or customize its logic. When a unique threat arrives, the ability to adapt the tool deflects off that opaque exterior. Relying on these systems creates a single point of failure. If the vendor's AI misidentifies a breach or its service goes offline, the entire defensive perimeter of the organization is compromised with no local fallback. When defenders are forced to rely on tools they neither see into nor control, they are effectively fighting an advanced cyber war without a map. In July 2026, the AI research platform Hugging Face faced a sophisticated digital intrusion that breached their secure perimeter. It became a live-fire test for the current state of AI security. The investigation quickly stalled. The closed-weight security tools used by the team were managed by an external provider, whose fixed guardrails could not distinguish between the attacker's malicious commands and the security team's own forensic queries. Because the defenders had no control over the model's internal permissions, the AI treated their attempt to analyze the breach as a threat, locking the team out of their own systems during the most critical hours of the attack. Facing a total forensic blackout, Hugging Face made an emergency pivot. They bypassed the closed, rigid tools and rapidly deployed the open-weight GLM 5.2 model directly onto their own local servers. Because they could run the model locally and modify its logic, the team was able to analyze over 17,000 specific actions, successfully identifying the attacker and containing the breach. The breach demonstrated a practical reality. For an organization to survive a targeted attack, its security teams must have the ability to run, inspect, and modify frontier AI on their own infrastructure. This incident highlighted the danger of relying on a single, opaque provider for security. In response, a coalition of industry leaders has formed the Open Secure AI Alliance to move toward a modular, transparent defense stack. The initiative is supported by the massive R&D resources of companies like NVIDIA, which is contributing open-weight models and specialized agent research to the group. The alliance also includes enterprise giants like IBM, who are validating the open-source approach as the necessary standard for protecting global financial and government infrastructure. The alliance is building an open defense stack, starting with NVIDIA's NOAA framework to map an AI agent's internal pathways. Other members contribute specialized layers. HPE provides the SPIF framework for verifying agent identity, while Hugging Face's safe tensors prevent unauthorized code execution. By moving away from a single black box and toward a multi-vendor ecosystem, organizations can eliminate single points of failure and ensure that their defensive tools remain observable. The central concern is that making frontier models open source puts these same powerful capabilities directly into the hands of malicious actors. While that risk is real, history shows that keeping model weights secret does not stop determined, well-funded attackers from finding ways to exploit advanced systems. True security comes from a distributed community of defenders. When the tools are open, thousands of researchers can constantly test, verify, and patch the systems that protect the public. This is why blanket restrictions on open frontier models are a mistake for policy. In a conflict of speed, open models are the most effective defensive assets a nation has. Resilience in the AI era cannot be built on the hope that secrecy will provide safety. It requires systems that are strong enough to withstand scrutiny and open enough to be improved by those who use them.